I used to think that journaling was a huge waste of time, but I was completely wrong. It's become one of the most productive tools in my self-improvement toolbox. So many people think that journaling is a really soft, emotional practice. It's like, oh, that's such a girly thing, that's such a feminine thing to do. When in reality, it's such a masculine and self-improvement based task or activity to participate in. They picture people writing 5 pages about their feelings and just spewing emotional vomit all over a page and it not making any sense, and then them not looking at it afterwards. There are some instances where you can emotionally vomit all over your page, but the important part about journaling is that you reread what you're saying and you understand why you're saying these things. The point of journaling is to write your thoughts down so you can understand your own brain. It's a tool for clarity and growth that it allows you to understand your thoughts and understand why you're feeling a certain way and how you can move forward from that situation. And it also allows you to check your thoughts. If you're having some strange thoughts and you don't understand why, journal about them. Write them down and see if you can figure out what's going on. It makes you intentional and it doesn't let your brain run on autopilot. If you are just having all these thoughts flying around your head and you're not ever writing anything down or not figuring out why you're feeling a certain way, it can put your mind in control of you rather than you getting control of your mind and rewiring your mind if there's some negative thoughts or negative mindsets that you have. It's like a big butterfly garden and you have all these butterflies flying around and you want to catch them and you want to learn about them, but you try and catch them without a net. That's what journaling is. Journaling allows you to get a net and catch the butterflies so you can analyze and look at them later and you can go back to them and be like, oh, this is why this happened, or this is why I'm feeling this way. And you can also learn about what caused those feelings and those thoughts and how to go about. What it does to your mind is it allows space for you to understand your own thoughts and understand your own minds. You are thinking about so many different things throughout the day. Probably several tens of thousands of thoughts fly in and out of your mind every single day. And it's important every once in a while to check in with those thoughts and understand why you're having them. It's important to check your thoughts and journal and to check your beliefs about a certain situation, because you might have a certain belief about something, but if you journal about it and you reread it and you're like, man, why am I thinking like this? It allows you to go and attack that belief and be like, okay, where did this come from? Why am I believing this thing? And how can I overcome it? Especially if it's a limiting belief. If it's a limiting belief, then it's so important to check why you're thinking that way and how you can move past it. An example of a limiting belief would be you're not going to be able to put on muscle in the gym. And you're just like, oh, these people are so much bigger than me. I'm never going to be able to put on that amount of size. That's a limiting belief. And because of that belief, you're going to lose out on gains in the gym and you're going to lose out on progress. Another thing too with journaling is that if you do it consistently, it'll rewire your mindset. That's what I'm talking about with the limiting beliefs. If you do it consistently and you understand your thoughts and you understand why you're thinking them, you can rip out thoughts and throw in better ones and to be more positive and more uplifting to yourself. Because when we're thinking, our brain is constantly giving us negative thoughts. It's constantly spewing negative, low quality stuff that causes us self-doubt or anxiety, stress, anything like that. And that's not helpful. That's not good for your brain to be thinking like that. You want your brain to be on your team. You don't want to be yourself, like your body, against your own mind. That's never a good place to be. this is how I journal, and this is how I go about it. You don't have to follow this exactly, but these are some of the things that I just use it for. I use it a lot for emotional venting. If I'm having a situation where I don't understand or I'm just super frustrated about it, I kind of get my emotions out on paper. If I get into an argument with somebody, I don't scream and yell at them. I'll calmly diffuse the argument, and then I'll go upstairs into my room, and I'll say all the nasty stuff, and I'll write it all out on paper. But that also allows me to understand why I'm so upset and why I feel so frustrated. Another thing I use it for is affirmations, and it gives me rewiring for self-belief. So if I write something down like, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be successful, that's reprogramming my mind to allow me to think more positive and more uplifting thoughts. I don't want to have thoughts of saying, oh, you're not gonna make it, you're gonna struggle too much, it's not gonna be worth it, nobody's gonna care. And that's just not something I want to be thinking about. I'm not interested in that. One thing that I do every day with journaling is I do gratitude journaling every single day. I wake up and I'll go downstairs and I will write down 5 things that I'm grateful for, and I'll say why. So I can feel that gratitude throughout the day. So many different ways to journal that you can get through almost any situation with just a pen and paper. And lastly, what I do is I'll sometimes set my intentions for the day. I should be doing that more often. I've been slacking with that, but it's saying what I need to get done today and how I'm gonna get said thing done. It sets my focus and I know what I'm doing. I can clearly move through my day and I don't have to stress and worry about unnecessary things. Alright, so these are some of the real effects that I've seen through consistent journaling from a personal standpoint. I think a lot clearer, and I'm able to be less reactive to situations. So if someone says something to me that frustrates me, kind of internalize it, and then if it really is bothering me, I'll go home and I'll write it out on paper, and I'll understand why that got to me so badly. It allows me to, again, be clear with my mind, and it allows me to understand my mind perfectly. I don't carry a lot of mental clutter. I still have some, but it's not as much as it was before I practiced journaling. It's allowed me to think so much more freely and allow me to actually think thoughts that are going to help me get closer to my goals, and just more positive thoughts in general. Anxiety went down, definitely. I have an outlet to get out my anxiety and actually analyze what's going on. A lot of the times it's situations where I completely blow it out of proportion, and it's just like, okay, now that I've journaled about this, the situation isn't as bad as all, and I can continue with my day. It's definitely helped me grow from a mental standpoint. I am not as stressed and I'm not as concerned about things. Journaling is so simple that anybody can do it. It's one of the most basic skills for self-improvement. So what I'm going to tell you to do is I want you to grab a pen and paper, or even just your phone, and if you're feeling certain thoughts or it's giving you the urge to write things out, then I want you to do that. And then what I want you to do is I want you to analyze those thoughts and understand why you're feeling them and how you can go about them. If they're negative thoughts, if they're positive thoughts, think about, how can I develop more of these thoughts? How can I make more of these thoughts appear? It doesn't need to sound good at all. Just literally write whatever is on your mind and whatever thoughts are coming in. That's all you gotta write. It doesn't have to make grammatical sense. Just write what you think. This is a huge step that you're taking. There's so many people out there, like 90% of people don't even take the time to journal. 90% of people are just having anxiety-inducing thoughts and are just completely unaware of how to channel those thoughts and to dispose of them or to redirect them. It's so powerful that you're going to be able to journal now and think about your own thoughts. It's literally a mirror to your brain, and then your brain can analyze itself. That's basically what journaling is. It's your brain analyzing itself. It's a literal superpower, and it's a very, very easy one to learn. It's a marathon, not a sprint, guys. You got this.